On Mother's Day, we thank the women in our lives. At Transit, they reward inspiring women. There are 9 different categories, and a panel of their peers cast a vote for this year's Best Ladies of Mass Transit.
We had a panel of about 7 members that actually sat down together for about a day or two. We came up to 2 finalists for each of our 9 categories.
This year, I think with capturing the whole theme of women's history, we really focused on STEM and trying to capture that different element that the women bring within transit. So we focused on the science, the technology, the engineering, the mathematics.
One by one, 20 influential women walked up to receive their award. What made these awards special was that the women were nominated by their own colleagues. One of the recipients was Transit reporter Celeste Faraj Yee.
Well, my boss told me that he was nominating me because he knows that I do so much volunteer work outside of my regular tour, and it was just wonderful.
When these women are not receiving awards, they're making sure the transit system runs smoothly.
Some of the women started on a career path that brought them here to New York City Transit.
My first job was in the publishing world in college textbook editing. And while doing that, I found myself increasingly thinking, I don't want to be editing these things anymore. I want to do this work. So while there, I went back to school. I got a graduate degree in urban and regional planning, and then got a job at the New York City Transit Authority, actually, in the 80s. We have 4 bus garages in the Manhattan Division, and I oversee their operations. Basically, I think that my primary responsibility is to help the people who run those operations succeed. So it's my job to set a tone, set a direction, and then provide the resources that they need.
Some who already work for New York City Transit were encouraged by colleagues to not let gender be an obstacle.
At that time, most of the mentors were men. Men who actually encouraged me to put in my resume and take the next step into management. And I got a lot of coaching from that side. So I'm very proud of the fact that New York City Transit does have people at the time and now men who are very receptive to the diversity, especially when it comes to women.
For some, their past experiences have helped shape them into the leaders they are today.
In 1993 or 94, I saved someone's life when I used to work the B8. I applied first aid that I was trained in the military. So I saved someone's life on 18th Avenue. The skills that I picked up in the Army have helped me in the Transit Authority as interpersonal skills, as a people person, going to different scenes.
And what is their advice to other women on their way up?
My advice to any woman, young woman who wants to succeed in the corporate world is to be persistent.
That you can be anything you want to be in this world. That nothing can stop you and you're not too old.
If you're interested in it, it's much easier to get over those roadblocks. You have a kind of a dynamic quality that makes you want to get over them, and it's much easier.
Behind every good transit system, there are some amazing women. I'm Trina Moore reporting for Transit News.